You think you know Zen, right? Close your eyes. You're probably picturing soft cushions, maybe some gentle chimes, a mind just drifting into some blissful, calm state. A way to escape, a way to relax. You've been told that Zen is about finding your inner peace. Well, that's a mistake, a big one.
Yeah, you've seen quotes like this everywhere. This whole idea of Zen as this gentle, passive path to relaxation, it's been packaged and sold to us in mindfulness apps and spa days. It's the belief that if you just sit quietly enough, you'll magically unlock this state of total tranquility. But honestly, this comfortable, commercialized image is a profound misunderstanding of what Zen actually is.
Because the reality of Zen comes from a place that has nothing to do with comfort. It comes from a world of consequence, a world where a single stray thought, even a split second of hesitation, means the difference between life and death. This isn't about relaxation. This is mental warfare.
So which is it? Is Zen some gentle path to feeling good? Or is it a brutal, demanding discipline that was designed for the highest stakes you can possibly imagine? The truth, as you're about to see, is way more rigorous and frankly a lot more interesting than the popular myth.
Okay, let's get into it. First, we're going to completely dismantle the version of Zen you think you know. Then, we'll dive into the core practice of Zazen, the real battle of just sitting still. From there, we'll look at how Zen uses this strange tool called a Koan to literally break your logical mind. We'll uncover the ultimate goal, the warrior state of Mushin, or no mind. And finally, we'll bring it all home and see how this ancient, tough-as-nails discipline is actually a powerful tool for our modern lives.
All right, the foundation of Zen practice isn't about finding a quiet, happy place in your head. No, it's about stepping onto the battlefield of your own consciousness and learning how to hold your ground.
This core practice is called Zazen, which just means seated meditation. In some schools, it gets even simpler, shikantaza, which translates literally to just sitting. Now that name is so deceptive, isn't it? It sounds passive, easy. It makes you think you just sit. And you might be thinking, come on, I sit all day long. How is that a challenge? That's the question everybody asks right before they actually try it. Because the moment you truly commit to just sitting, no phone, no TV, no distraction, you basically declare war on your own mind. See, just sitting is an active confrontation. The second you stop feeding your brain with distractions, you're forced to face what's really going on in there. This relentless, endless stream of thoughts, worries, plans, and random memories. You're fighting the ache in your back, the pins and needles in your legs, and more than anything, this overwhelming urge to just get up and do something, anything.
And this quote just nails the central paradox. The moment you try to force your mind to be quiet, you've just created a brand new, even louder activity, the activity of trying to be quiet. Zazen was never about stopping your thoughts. It's about learning to observe them without getting carried away by the current. It is a discipline of endurance, not a method of escape.
So, if Zazen is the physical training ground, the next practice is like a direct assault on your mind's entire operating system. It's literally designed to cause a system crash in your logical brain.
And this brings us to probably the most famous Zen koan of all time. Our immediate instinct, of course, is to treat this like a riddle. We start racking our brains. Is it the wind? Is it silence? We try to come up with some clever, logical answer. And by doing that, we've missed the entire point completely.
Okay, look at this, because this reveals the koan's true purpose. It is not a question looking for an answer. It's a tool designed to short-circuit your problem-solving mind. A riddle engages your logic. A koan is like a denial-of-service attack on your logic. It forces your rational mind up against a wall it cannot climb, over and over, until it simply gives up.
The formal practice is called kanhwa chan, or observing the phrase. A student is given a koan, like, what is the sound of one hand? And they're told to just hold that question in their mind, constantly. Not to think about it, but to become one with the question itself. The whole point is to completely exhaust the part of your brain that needs to label and analyze everything, forcing a breakthrough into a totally different, non-logical way of knowing.
So why? Why would anyone endure this? The grueling sitting, the mentally exhausting koans. What's the end game here? It's not about finding peace and quiet. It's about achieving a state of mind so powerful, so effective, it became the chosen philosophy of the most elite warriors in history.
Think about it.
The samurai lived and died by the edge of a sword. In the middle of a fight, there is absolutely no time to think, okay, he's swinging his sword high, so I should probably block low. The moment you engage in that kind of step-by-step analytical thought, you're already dead. They needed a way to act with perfect, spontaneous precision, faster than the speed of thought.
And that is Mushin, or no mind. Now this is the most critical point. No mind does not mean an empty, blank mind. A blank mind is useless. Mushin is a mind that isn't stuck on or occupied by any single thought or emotion. It's totally present, totally fluid, and completely responsive. It's like a perfect mirror that reflects whatever comes before it without any judgment or hesitation.
And this quote from Takuan Soho just illustrates it perfectly. A normal mind gets stuck, right? It gets fixated on a fear or an idea or a plan. But the mind of Mushin is unbound, and because it's not stuck anywhere, it is free to be everywhere at once, ready to respond perfectly to anything without that crippling delay of conscious thought.
And here's the kicker. This isn't some mystical, unobtainable state from ancient times. This is the very same peak performance state that we now call flow. It's what an athlete feels when they're in the zone. It's what a musician experiences during a perfect solo, or what a programmer feels when the code just seems to write itself. It's that state of total absorption where everything you do is effortless and flawless.
So how does all this apply to us today? Zen isn't some ancient relic. Think of it as a technology for upgrading the human mind. And its purpose was never comfort. It was always about capability.
So let's just be crystal clear. The Zen you see advertised everywhere is about relaxation. It's a passive escape from stress that gives you a little temporary calm. Real Zen is a discipline. It is an active, rigorous, and often uncomfortable confrontation with your own mind, and it's designed to forge permanent change. It's not about feeling better in the moment. It's about becoming better, more capable of meeting any challenge life throws at you without being crippled by your own thoughts.
So I'll leave you with this question. Forget the incense and the meditation cushions for a second. Just think about those moments in your own life when you've been so completely absorbed in something, sports, art, coding, even a great conversation, that your sense of self just falls away and you just act perfectly and spontaneously. That is a taste of Mushin. That is the state this brutal, beautiful discipline is all about. So where in your life do you touch that state of no mind? And what would it be like to be able to access it not by accident, but by design?